The heat is sticking around for the rest of the week, and a lot of you will probably be outdoors for the 4th of July celebrations. We will.
Absolutely. For many people, those celebrations include alcohol, which could also be more dangerous than you think when it's hot outside. Our 9 News medical expert, Dr. Payal Kohli, is joining us this morning. Thanks for coming in.
Good morning, guys.
So why is drinking when it's hot out especially dangerous?
Yeah, it's very interesting. They actually sort of team up to cause bad things to happen to our body. So if you think about what alcohol does, it's a diuretic, which means it makes you urinate more, which means it dehydrates you more. It also opens up the blood vessels on our skin, which the heat does as well.
Huh.
So it not only gives off kind of more fluid, but it can also drop our blood pressure to dangerously low levels. So I always tell my patients, if you're going to drink on 4th of July, which many of us enjoy a beer or a glass of wine, make sure that you're doing it wisely, which means you're drinking small amounts interrupted with water. So you don't want to just hold an alcoholic beverage. You want to kind of have one in each hand, water and alcohol together. And then you're interrupting it with meals, and try to drink in the shade rather than in the sun if you're spending time outside, because it helps your body sort of overheat less.
All right, let's talk about another staple for many people's 4th of July celebrations. What tips do you have for a safe barbecue or picnic when it's really hot outside?
Yeah, so if you think about what we're doing when we're barbecuing, we're standing right next to the grill, which is very, very hot. So it's raising our body temperature, making us more at risk for heat-related illness and such. So try to keep your distance from that grill. Try to use food thermometers, because we don't have a great sense or gauge of how well cooked the meat is, especially when it's hot outside. You want to make sure that internal temperature gets hot. If there's anything that could spoil and you have food sitting outside, make sure you keep it in ice packs and such. And again, if you're going to be outside, make sure you're using that sunscreen. Make sure you're not eating too much protein-heavy food at that barbecue.
Oh.
Because when it's hot out and you're eating big pieces of meat and they're protein-heavy.
I know.
She might as well have said, Jordan, make sure you're not doing this.
So you want to eat fruit, you want to eat hydrating types of things, cooling types of foods, rather than heating foods that are hot and that are hard to digest.
It's not the same thing as with the alcohol. I can't have a burger in one hand and a watermelon in the other.
Oh, how about a glass of water and a nice fruit bowl?
Fair.
I was thinking hamburger, hot dog, and ribs, but it's all right. meat, and more
Thank
meat.
you for trying.
You know what I'm saying. Also, I think with the heat, a lot of people are taking their kids to the pool, and you think, okay, well, they're in the water, they stay hydrated. Not so much.
No, in fact, we can get more easily dehydrated in the pool, and the reason for that is we're doing more physical activity, right? So kids are playing around in the pool, they're jumping around, so they're giving off more water, and then that chlorinated water in the pool can actually dry your skin, which can cause more what we call insensible fluid loss. You're losing more water through the skin, you're also losing more water by breathing it off, and then when we're having fun in the pool, we don't think about drinking our water.
Right.
So especially kids, we don't take water breaks, we don't take bathroom breaks, we just sort of keep playing in the pool. So make sure you keep an eye on your kids from that.
What other advice do you have? Like, if you're outside or maybe you're even inside, you don't have AC, what are like some easy ways to stay cool?
Yeah, so I say cool from the inside and cool from the outside. So from the inside, drinking cold beverages, and drinking beverages, not just water, but with electrolytes, because when you're sweating off salt as well as water.
And what's an example of that?
Yeah, so coconut water would be a great beverage. Gatorade, but that can have some sugar or some salt in it sometimes, so be careful to read that label if you're going to do that. Any kind of lemonade that you make at home can have a little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar. That's a really nice beverage to cool out. Try to avoid the caffeine. So a lot of people like iced tea, but it has that caffeine and it has that diuretic effect as well. And then cooling from the outside. So I like to spritz myself with a little water when I'm outside, or if you're really, really hot, you can actually wet your hair, because we lose a lot of heat through our head. So if we wet our hair, it helps to evaporate and kind of helps cool us down very quickly, our forehead and our head.
It's great advice, because it's going to be a hot one. Dr. Kohli, thank you so much.
And don't forget, you can find all of Dr. Kohli's appearances at 9news.com/Dr. Kohli.